How's it going, friends? It's me, Dustin Coyle. This is Tuesday. You're once again tuned into the NBA Today on the Intelligent Thoughts podcast. This is going to be the NBA Today for March 19th, 2019. Before we get started, I do want to ask you guys to go and follow on Instagram at Intelligent B Thoughts. That's the word B in between the words Intelligent Thoughts. Intelligent B Thoughts on Instagram. On Twitter at IntelligentTho1, Intelligent THO, and the number 1. On Instagram, also on Facebook, just Intelligent Thoughts on Facebook. Should be the same page with the same picture as I have for my my headline picture on the podcast. Just wanted to say that real quick, get all the details out of the way so we can start talking about a little bit of basketball. So without any further ado, let's start the show. Enough of the music. Let's get into some basketball here. We'll start with the first game of the day yesterday. The Pistons at the Cavaliers. Back-to-back for Detroit, and the Cleveland Cavaliers actually get the victory. 126-119. Colin Sexton leads the way for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He finishes the night with 27 points on 10 for 16 shooting, 5 for 6 from downtown. Really good game there for the rookie. Chidi Osman also chips in 21 points on 7 for 14 shooting. And Nick Stauskas, recently acquired from Portland, amongst a couple other places there, 17 points off the bench, 5 for 7 shooting. For the Detroit Pistons, they are led by Wayne Ellington, ex-Miami Heat, 25 points, makes 7 threes, 7 for 13 from downtown. And Andre Drummond with a 21-point, 21-rebound performance. Fantastic game for him in a game where they were missing their best player, Blake Griffin. Cavaliers get the win there by 7. And in Washington, the Utah Jazz go on the road and beat the Washington Wizards 116-95. They are led by Rudy Gobert's 14-point, 14-rebound, 6 for 6 shooting effort. Fantastic game for Rudy Gobert there. Donovan Mitchell, 19 points on 8 for 18 shooting, 3 for 7 from downtown. Every single player on the Jazz roster scored at least 2 points in this game and got at least 10 minutes in this game. Real blowout from the very beginning there for the Utah Jazz. As far as the Wizards are concerned, their leading scorer was Jabari Parker off the bench. 19 points, 7 rebounds on 8 for 13 shooting. Bradley Beal, their best player right now, also gives them 15 points in the starting lineup on just 4 for 12 shooting. And in the return of Isaiah Thomas to the Boston Celtics, he actually said that if he did not get traded 2 years ago for Kyrie Irving, they would have already won an NBA championship. He said that last night. Said that the return home was awesome. Really enjoyed it there. And for him, his team, the Denver Nuggets, get the victory, 114-105 in Boston. They are led by 20 points from Willie Barton, or 21 actually is the leading scorer. Nikola Jokic, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. 3 for 7 downtown. Isaiah Thomas, 7 minutes in his return, goes 0 for 2 from the field, 0 points, 2 assists in the return there. The Boston Celtics are led by Kyrie Irving, 30-point, 5 rebound, 4 assist performance there. Al Horford also chips in with 26 and 6, including 4 3-pointers in the losing effort. All right, to north of the border here, the Toronto Raptors avenged their loss to the Detroit Pistons the day before. They beat the New York Knicks 128-92, and this was, if you remember yesterday, I think they had a 92% chance to win the game according to ESPN, and it turned out to be definitely that way. They're actually led in scoring by Jeremy Lin off the bench, 20 points on 7 of 11 shooting in 27 minutes. Pascal Siakam, second on the team in scoring, 19 points, 8 rebounds in the starting lineup. Everybody in the starting lineup is in double figures. There was no Kawhi Leonard in this game, and OG Anunoby and Norman Powell both hit double figures off the bench for the Toronto Raptors. As far as the New York Knicks, they are led off the bench as well by Alonzo Trier, 22 points on 8 for 14 shooting in 31 minutes. He actually played more minutes than anybody in the game. And their second leading scorer, you got to go down quite a bit here to 12 points, 6 rebounds for Kevin Knox on 4 for 14 shooting. Alrighty, in Oklahoma City, we have an upset here. The Miami Heat beat the Oklahoma City Thunder minus Russell Westbrook 116 to 107. They are led with 26 points off the bench from Goran Dragic, 6 for 9 from three-point shooting. Fantastic shooting performance for him in the game. 11 assists also for Goran in this game. Really one of his best games in a long time. Also off the bench, Dwayne Wade in 33 minutes, 25 points on 10 for 17 shooting in the victory. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're led by Paul George's 31-point, 9-rebound performance on 9 for 18 shooting. Jeremy Grant also chips in with 27 points and 10 rebounds in the loss. Alrighty, to San Antonio. The Spurs beat the best team in the NBA, 111 to 105. Obviously, the team I'm talking about is the Golden State Warriors here. I believe that extends the Spurs winning streak to 9 games in a row. Fantastic right there, and I think they might be up in the 6th position now. DeRozan leads the way with 26 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and LaMarcus Aldridge chips in 23 points and 13 rebounds on just 8 for 12 shooting. Big game there for LaMarcus Aldridge. He's really stepped it up this season. For the Warriors in the loss, they're led by Steph Curry's 25-point, 8 assists, 7-rebound performance, 6 for 18 from downtown. Not the best shooting performance of Steph Curry's career, but still made 6 threes. Kevin Durant also comes in with 24 points here on 9 for 18 shooting. In overtime in Dallas, the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Dallas Mavericks 129 to 125. Dirk Nowitzki actually passes Wilt Chamberlain for 6th all-time in the NBA scoring list. Congratulations to Dirk Nowitzki. He's the man. But his team gets the loss here. The Pelicans are led in scoring by Julius Randle, 30 points, 9 rebounds in 34 minutes. And Anthony Davis, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in just 21 minutes. Awesome. I mean, it's crazy to see that Anthony Davis is still able to put up statistics while playing about half the amount of time he normally would. Doncic did end up playing, and he led the Mavs in scoring with this one, actually a triple-double, 29 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, just 10 for 26 shooting, though, so his slump has actually is continuing now from the past month or so. He hasn't been shooting nearly as well as he did maybe in like the first few months or the middle couple months of the season. I think it's more of a volume thing, though. He hadn't been taking 26 shots for the majority of the season. Now that he is definitely the number one on the team, he's getting a good high percentage of the shots here. Tim Hardaway also chips in with 3 3-pointers and finishes with 21 points in 34 minutes. All right, to Arizona. We have the Chicago Bulls slightly upsetting the Phoenix Suns here, 116 to 101. They're led by Robin Lopez, 24 points, 7 rebounds on 11 for 14 shooting. Fantastic game there. Both Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen chip in with 17 points also in the win. In the loss, the Phoenix Suns are led by both DeAndre Ayton's 25-point, 12-rebound performance on 12 for 17 shooting. That's one of Ayton's best games of the season. And Devin Booker, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for him. Just 1 for 8 from downtown, though, in the loss. And the final game from Monday. Let's see. Where'd we go? In Portland. The Portland Trail Blazers, minus C.J. McCollum, beat the Indiana Pacers 106 to 98. The loss for Indiana prevents them from clinching a playoff spot, although they will probably do it tomorrow or today. And in the victory, Damian Lillard, 30 points, 15 assists, 4 for 9 from downtown. Huge game for Dame Dash. Nurkic also chips in 18 points, 11 rebounds for Nurk. Big game all around. Seth Curry and Rodney Hood both give you 11 points off the bench. For the Indiana Pacers here, Miles Turner leads the way, 28 points and 10 rebounds on just 9 for 17 shooting. Big game for him. And then Bojan Bogdanovic, 15 points in 28 minutes in the loss. Alrighty, that's enough about the games that happened. Let's preview a little bit of what we have in the NBA today. Looks like 6 games. We're going to start at 5 o'clock on the East Coast in Charlotte. We have the Charlotte Hornets hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. In injury news here, it looks like Joel Embiid is day to day, but he did finish the game against the Bucks on Sunday. I would fully expect him to play in this one. Tony Parker day to day as well. I would expect him to play. Cody Zeller is going to be out for the Charlotte Hornets. Going to be a pretty good game here. Philadelphia favored by 1.5 on the road. I think that might actually be a little bit low for this game here. Charlotte is really on a skid right now, playing really bad over the past month or so. They have dropped from the 8th spot in the playoffs down to 10th, and it doesn't really look good for them moving forward from here. ESPN's BPI gives Philadelphia a 57% chance to win the game. Alrighty, 5:30 p.m. here. We have the Atlanta Hawks hosting James Harden, Chris Paul, and the Houston Rockets here. Injury status, nothing big to talk about either way. Miles Plumlee is going to be out for the Hawks, and Isaiah Hartenstein is going to be out for the Houston Rockets. Pretty standard game overall here. James Harden still averaging 35.9 on the season, down from his 36.6 that was he was peaked at probably about a month ago. And in the game here, Houston's going to be favored by 7.5 points on the road against the rookie Trae Young and the young man John Collins. Going to be a big game to watch here. Like I said yesterday, Houston has won 11 of their last 12 games. They're looking to make it 12 of 13 in this one. And ESPN is going to give them a 74% chance to get that done. All right, 6 o'clock, this one on NBA TV. The Milwaukee Bucks host LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers here. For the Lakers, same thing. Obviously, Brandon Ingram and Lonzo are out for the season. Tyson Chandler won't play in this game. Neither will Lance Stevenson. And as far as the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to be without Sterling Brown and Malcolm Brogdon. I think that we all heard, or maybe you read, Malcolm Brogdon has a plantar fascia tear that's going to keep him out probably 2 to 4 weeks into the playoffs. A 6 to 8 week injury here. It's a tough loss for Milwaukee. It shouldn't really matter as far as this game is concerned. Milwaukee is going to be favored by 11.5 at home. I actually think that the Lakers could possibly play a pretty decent game here and close that up a little bit. But ESPN is going to give Milwaukee an 86% chance to win the game. All right, still 6 o'clock. Back-to-back for the Warriors. The Minnesota Timberwolves will host the Golden State Warriors for back-to-back road games here for Golden State. For Minnesota, Covington, Teague, Derrick Rose, and Luol Deng will not be playing. Looks like DeMarcus Cousins and Iguodala will be playing for Golden State. Golden State's going to be favored by 6.5 tonight on the road after just losing at San Antonio last night. ESPN's going to give them a 59% chance to win the game. I love Golden State in this one. I don't see them losing back-to-back games. Right now, actually, if we look, they are tied for first place. Yep, them and Denver, both 47 and 22. So this is a big one here. If they lose this, they're actually going to be in second place. Denver's going to be up in first. And then, as I was saying earlier, San Antonio did jump Oklahoma City up to the 5th spot in the West also. And then, like I said, I think it was what was the percentages here? Golden State, 59% chance to win. Alrighty, 2 more games to talk about. 8 o'clock p.m. in Northern California. The Sacramento Kings are going to host the Brooklyn Nets. 2 of the up-and-coming teams that everybody's into watching for the most part. Alan Crabb going to be day-to-day for the Nets. Wenyen Gabriel and Troy Williams day-to-day for the Sacramento Kings. None of those injuries terribly important as far as who we're looking to watch here. Sacramento going to be favored by 3.5 points at home. I'm a little bit surprised it's not more than that. They got a damn good team. Obviously, Marvin Bagley is back and playing well. De'Aaron Fox obviously playing well. Buddy Hield, the best player on their team. Really surprised that they're not favored by more than 3.5 in this game, especially since it's a complete cross-country game for the Brooklyn Nets. But that is the way it is. ESPN is also going to give them a 61% chance to get the win in this one. And the final game of the evening, 8:30 p.m., also on NBA TV, the second half of the doubleheader.